Today, we've got a very unique seller. He sold over $10 million over the last couple of years, has 60 products in over 10 marketplaces, and launches a new product every month. Guess how many employees he has? 0. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Black Box by Helium 10 houses the largest database of Amazon products and keywords in the world outside of Amazon itself. We have over 2 billion products and many millions more keywords from different Amazon marketplaces, from USA to Australia to Germany and more. Use our powerful filters to search through this database for pockets of opportunity that you might want to get into with your first or next product to sell on Amazon. For more information, go to h10.me/blackbox. Don't forget you can save 10% off for life on Helium 10 by using our special code SSP10. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed, organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the e-commerce world. And from the other side of the world, we've got a serious seller here that is joining us for the first time in the show. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself since it's your first time on the show?
Yeah, hi, my name is Swapneel, and I'm from India. Been selling on Amazon from the year 2014 and as a full-time from last 4 years.
Is that were you born and raised in India?
Yeah.
What part?
Rajasthan, Jodhpur.
Okay, all right. And have you lived all your life there, or have you moved around at all?
Yeah, so when I was like 19 years old, I went to New Delhi, like for my university for 5 years. And then right now I'm like kind of digital nomad, so I don't really live here anymore, but just maybe like 2-3 months a year just to visit my family because my family still live here.
Well, what did you go to university for?
I did law, so I specialize.
You wanted to be a lawyer?
Yeah. So I did law for 5 years, and I specialize in intellectual property rights.
How does one go from 5 years studying law and then all of a sudden e-commerce? Not a natural transition there.
No, I was doing part-time. Like other than focusing at university, I was working as well all my university years.
In e-commerce?
Yes. I was selling on Amazon from 2014. Yeah. So
okay.
And I did enter.
Well, how did that happen though? Because that's still not typical. It's not like during the day I'm going to study law. During the night I'm going to sell on Amazon. I mean, like. Especially in 2014, when hardly anybody was doing it. So how did Amazon even get on your radar?
So even before Amazon, I was doing a lot of other platforms like eBay, and there are some other local marketplaces like Traders, ShopClose. So, and in 2013, Amazon entered in India, but in 2014, they opened for everyone. And I knew that Amazon is a really big e-commerce company, and I should be there. And yeah, so but like even before I went to university, I was making some money, like doing some other stuff, like flipping goods from online to offline. Or
so like you've always been like kind of like had an entrepreneurial mindset and one of those from an early age. You're trying to make some extra. Okay, now it's making a little bit more sense. Okay, and then things started getting bigger, so that when you graduated from university, did you just go full time into e-commerce then?
Yeah, so that time, like for me, the money was pretty a big motivation thing. So in my first year of the university, I wasn't sure how much I would be making as a lawyer. But on the second and third year, I got to know from my seniors like what is the actual situation, and I realized that I need to put like at least 10 years in law if I really want to make some serious money in this field.
Now back in 2014. I'm assuming you were selling in Amazon USA?
No, I just did in India. That's where I started.
Amazon India was active in 2014?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yeah, but it was very new. It was really new. They didn't even have.
What were you doing, reselling or private label?
Yeah, so I was just doing reselling. I used to buy a lot of stuff from the USA, mainly from Amazon.com, and then selling in Amazon India.
And so, what year did you first hit the 7 figures?
In 2021.
2021. Okay.
Yeah.
And at that point, were you 100% private label, or were you still doing like some reselling and things?
I was doing both, and like I feel like so in 2020 I launched a lot of private label products during all the during the first lockdown. I was just focusing on all the products launches I will be making, doing product research, and my first product has really contributed a lot for my private label journey. Like I started with one product, and in just matter of
You're still selling that product now?
not anymore because the demand is pretty low.
Okay, can you tell us what it is then?
Yeah, sure, I can show.
Go ahead and send me the link over in the chat and let me pull it up on my screen. Let's see here. Okay, I see what this is. Let's pull it up here so everybody else can see. There we go. All right, so this is like a USB capture card I'm looking at here. And how did you find this? Like, how did you even decide that this was going to be your product? You just got it randomly, or what?
So for me, one of the criteria to search the product is checking the new launches of my competitor, or and see if I can have that same product in a very less turnaround and can enjoy the party. So that's
Yeah.
what's my I mainly do. And during that time, I saw like a lot of people were selling this product, but they were doing MFF, like they were not doing fulfilled by Amazon. And even though the product demand was there, but they were, I don't know why they didn't did FBA. And I knew one thing, like as soon as I will do this FBA, the product doesn't have any any of my competitor doesn't have a lot of reviews. And if I will do fulfilled by Amazon, then I can sell a lot of goods as well.
And then so how many at the peak? Like how many units of this were you selling a month?
So I was selling in a month, I was selling more than 1,500 units in India.
Wow, in Amazon India, and in a few years ago. Okay, all right. So then you were like, okay, wow, yeah, this is definitely better than reselling, or I have to get a little bit and stuff. You could just, well, did you get it from China, or did you get it from there in
Yeah,
India,
yeah,
or where?
yeah. I got through some of the suppliers in China. Yeah, but
Okay,
the best thing about this product is not just selling, but the margin I had. So I was buying this product like for $5 and was selling for like this product for around $40.
and especially in India, still living in India, that the money goes even farther.
Oh, a lot.
There, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So
How long until you bought your parents a house?
so I bought the as soon as my business started picking up in during COVID, my family was already super excited. So they already finalized,
Don't worry about being a lawyer anymore. No, forget that. Like, hey, this Amazon is good, huh? Okay.
yeah. But that definitely I was in bit of stress situation. It's a really big thing,
Sure.
So, but that stress really motivated me to push myself further and
Okay.
focusing every small details of my finance, my product. So yeah, it was a stress, but at the same time, I was able to do better in those situations.
So 2021 hit that 1 million mark. How much did you sell last year in 2022?
I did 5.4 million.
Getting to 1 million is impressive enough. How did you go from 1 million to 5 million just in 1 year? Were you just launching tons of products, or you had some products go viral? Were you launching to other marketplaces? How did you increase so fast?
Like I was doing some international markets before in and out, kind of drop shipping back in 2018 in UK and some EU market, also in USA, but it was not full time or doing throughout the year. Sometimes my accounts were also suspended because of drop shipping. But back in 2021, I started again focusing on the international markets, but still was not doing like a full-fledged business. And back in 2022, I expanded my business in a very serious manner, like in whole of EU, UK, Canada, USA. I know everything how to do and everything because I had a lot of experience. And also in 2020, I did my business in Australia as well. So that has really helped me a lot. Like provided me enough money to expand in those other markets. Uh, yeah, so that was one of the thing like really helped me, and like I was just using my suppliers which I'm already using in India, and I know that whatever I would be selling the same product in USA, I would be doing 10x more at least. So that has changed a lot. Yeah, and also my negotiation skill really helped me because a lot of my suppliers started giving me credit, and I utilized those that credit in a very efficient manner. Like, yeah, you get loan, and if you just spend on yourself, then it's not a good idea. But if you utilize pretty well in the business, then definitely it helps. So that's what helped me in 2022.
It's coming up. We're now here in Q4 in 2023. Are you going to do better than last year? Same? Worse? What do you think you're going to end up with this year?
So this year it would be exactly the same what I did last year because situation has changed a lot this year. Firstly, I'm traveling whole of this year, and it's just maybe like 40, 50 days I was in India. Other than that, I was traveling full time. I was just came like 3, 4 days ago for from like a 4 month of trip. I was in North and South America. So this year I was like pretty relaxed, and also a lot of things happened at Amazon as well. So Amazon is I thought things are really not smooth at Amazon. So trying to fix those things as well.
All right. So now you've got this $5-6 million business. You're traveling, enjoying yourself, not working like 100 hours a week. So you must have 20 employees supporting you, huh?
Oh, not at all.
How many
uh,
total employees have you had the last few years?
so in India, I just had one accountant and one person who manages, and then there is one guy from at warehouse. That's it in India, but I never had any employee anywhere else. Even though my Indian business is not even like 7%. If I compare to my last year's sales revenue, my Indian business was just 7%. But for the rest 93% revenue, I never had any employee.
So for your Amazon USA business and Europe, you have zero employees, just you.
Yes, yes.
So I mean, people listening to this might ask the question, well, like maybe that makes sense, like if you're working like 90 hours a week and have no life and just stay in your basement and work all day, but how in the world do you scale a business so much and you're the one who has to answer the customer service. You're the one who has to find their products. You're the one who has to do the keyword research. You're the one who has to make the listing. You're the one who has to fight with Amazon if customer support, if something happens. How in the world can you run a $5-6 million business just by yourself and not even working really full time?
So the one of the best thing with Amazon is their FBA model. So a lot of customer don't, reach out to you if they have any issues with the delivery and all the stuff. And that is one of the reason why customer, contact to the seller at first place. Other than the warranty and all the stuff. And also I was doing a lot of reselling as well in US market. So the brand has to take care of those stuff. So a lot of time was saved for sure. Yeah. So and I had really good partners. For example, with the logistic thing, I have a really nice shipping agent, and that really eases my work a lot. Just sending the details of the labels and everything, and just telling where to ship, which market. They take care of everything. So for me, the main goal was just to how what I can do to improve my revenue, and also sometimes I used to use some freelancers if I was not really good with something. So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And so how many marketplaces now are you in
so right now I'm in
roughly?
USA, Canada, UK, whole of EU, UAE, Japan, Australia, India. But I'm not
So more
focusing.
than 10 marketplaces,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
And are you selling the same products across the board, or like some products are only sold in EU or some products only in USA?
Each market is different. For example, in India, I can sell mostly a lot of products, but not very high-end products, and which are technical. Each country, the situation is really different. Sometimes there is a really like maybe a local company who's doing really good and have a lot of reviews, and maybe you don't have any kind of competitive advantage. Even though I will try to push. So for me, it's more like market specific strategies because not all markets are same, and every market's completely different.
What's your process like? Like, how many products are you launching, or actually until now, active? Approximately how many SKUs, different SKUs? You know, like if you're selling the same one product in USA and Canada and Europe, just count that as one. But just roughly, are we talking like, 20 SKUs in all marketplaces, 100, 300? Like roughly, what do you think?
Beginning of this year, I was also doing a lot of reselling, but now I'm not doing business with one of the company I used to do, and that has definitely contributed a lot to my last year's revenue. But things have changed. So if I
So
don't
private
include,
label, then how many SKUs are you doing?
so currently I'm launching like every month at least one new product in private label, and
Okay.
and some I also take off the old, which are not really performing really nice and not worth my efforts, or the margin is shrinking a lot. So I just cut off those products. So right now maybe like 60, 70 products.
60 or 70 products. All right. Walk me through, have in mind your last product you launched. Like when was the last product you launched? This month? Last month? So have one product in mind. You have it in mind? You got it in mind? Ready? Okay. Now, was it July that you launched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
That
yes.
one product you have in mind, what month did you discover it? Or what month were you like, all right, this is what I'm going to plan to launch? Are we talking January last year? What was it? Spring? When was it?
So in April and May, I was in China and I was looking around some products, and then I found a product which is doing good in the US market, and I contacted some suppliers. When I was in China, I visited their factory. So it was in May, in the month of May.
Which came first? You found the product, or like you found the idea in China, or you had done some research when you were still in the USA and then went to China? Which one was first?
Sometimes, because of some advertisement or anything, if I find
Uh huh.
I just keep on, like, at least every day when I'm doing product research, I spend at least 1 hour on Amazon just browsing and doing really nothing, checking what's going
Okay.
on, and if I can add something value on that product. So then I just found one product, and I was doing more and more research, and then seeing like
Uh huh.
I do check, like, if any product is launched recently and the rank is going crazy, it means this product could be a potential. So this is one of the reason.
Yeah.
And then to validate, I check the data, how much volume it sells in a month.
Other than that, what are you looking for? Like, are you checking how many? Do you have like a limit? Like, oh no, there's already 30 people selling this, so it's too late. Or like, what are some criterias that you're looking for when you're doing your validation?
So I check if this product is really advanced, then how the product, like before generation did. For example, like which was not that innovated enough, it was a basic product, but how much that product was doing, how much is the reviews for that product, is it really
Uh huh.
established, and do I have chances of getting success or not? So I do check all these things, and I also do the search result, how much is the search volume for this particular product, and to check whether this product is seasonal or not. So yeah,
Okay.
these
So
are
so then
things.
you did all that with this product,
Mhm.
and then your next step was you actually went to China to like check some suppliers for it, or what was the next step after you're like, you know what, this looks really good, it passes my test. What was the next step for you?
So I was already in China during those time in April and May, and I tried
Okay.
like visiting the factories, and it's a really good idea rather than just chatting them. So
Yeah.
I visited factory, and I did all the customization with them, and yeah, so ordered, like, I can also negotiate better. For example, they gave me a price for 10,000 units, but I said, hey, it's a new launch, and then I try to get the same price for like maybe 4 or 5,000 units. And at the same time, I make sure that if this product is not really doing good, or it's very new in already UK or EU market, then I make sure that I launch the same product in across the marketplaces all at once. And I
So
feel
this
like,
one product that you launched in July, the one that you have in mind, was
yeah,
that only for USA, or was that one that you had launched in other places?
yeah. At the same time, I also launch in UK and EU for that product.
Okay. On the subject of suppliers, have you ever had issue with your suppliers where they sell your product to other people?
Oh, a lot of suppliers do that. a lot of. If not that, then other.
So how do you handle that?
That is one of the reason like why a lot of my products don't have a long life
Okay.
in case like like people do a lot of drop shipping like TikTok products
Sure.
and Instagram reel you may see. So most of my products are also related to that as well. Not all, but at least 30% of the product. So I sell it. The trend is going on, and yes, then eventually the trend die as well. So it's not like I
Yeah.
can sell the same product for another 10 years as well.
Yeah. So you don't get really emotionally attached to the product because you know that now are all these products you're launching similar brands, or you always starting just different random brands?
I have some product specific brands and some brands I just use for any miscellaneous products.
So then this product, you were there in April and May. You happened to be in China. You were browsing Amazon. You found it. You found a new supplier for it. Got it ready. 4,000, 5,000 units shipped to Europe and to US. What's your launch strategy like? Like how do you what's some techniques you use? Like how are you getting to page one? Are you just using PPC? You have any special techniques that you can share?
I use very basic. First of all, obviously, your product should have really nice photos. Should classify why your product is better than any other product in the market.
How
This
do you
is
get nice photos? Do you have like a studio you do business with, or what?
so I first will try to work directly with the supplier so that I don't have to spend a lot of money upfront for these photos, even
Okay.
because I'm not sure whether how the product will gonna do. And then if I cannot get anything, then I try to look at Fiverr to find some people who
Okay.
can do for me, and then also do the nice A plus content, make sure the bullet points are really good, everything. This is a really basic thing to start with.
Yeah.
And then since I launch a lot of products and a lot of market, I utilize one of the best tool of Amazon, that is Amazon Wine, because that really help you.
Hmm.
And if you will launch a product in a lot of market, then you get a lot of reviews as well. For
Yeah.
example, in US market, you just get one product
Oh,
and
and all the reviews are stacked together. Then like you get 20 Vine reviews in USA, 20 Vine reviews in UK in the same ASIN. Now you've got 40 reviews instead of okay. Haha. I mean, I'm sure many people do that, but it just kind of just dawned on me that like that's a good strategy to have, and then another reason why you should launch on the same ASIN. Okay, and then you find the keywords from Helium 10, like you use Cerebro, or what tool are you using?
So for me, because some of the products are really new in the market, there are no competitors as well. So it's really difficult
Mm.
to focus, which would be the keyword. So I just use
Hmm.
Amazon automatic ads to check all the keywords which are performing, and by maybe every week I try to optimize and seeing if some of the keywords are relevant, trying to put in the negative list. So and trying to make sure that those keywords are on the product title, bullet points,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
to improve, so like just very basic to like things I use. And once like initially you always get very good reviews because of the wine, because normally people don't put a lot of negative reviews, they leave mostly positive reviews, so you already got initial pull for your product.
Yeah.
And then it
Okay.
totally depends upon the actual customers reviews. If the actual customers are giving me good reviews, then I can be sure that this product is really doing good. And then I can have that as a long term product as long as there is a sale for this product. And then I started improving more of my ASIN by putting videos, doing whatever things I can improve for this product, then putting some warranty related things, making sure the customer is always happy. Yeah, I feel like if you sell on Amazon, you should always align your values with what the values of Amazon are. Yeah, so I just make sure
Okay.
that, and
So
I take every detail of the customer to further improve the product as well, like checking voice, a voice of customers.
yeah, from April, your product research phase to negotiating with suppliers, getting samples and doing your customization, like you said, sending it to the marketplaces, creating the listing in the different marketplaces, managing those PPC campaigns in the first few weeks to launch that product that you launched in July. up until, let's just say, August, so 1 month into the launch, approximately how many hours do you think that you spent doing all those things?
So one of the most interesting time for me when I launch the product is the first sale. I look at the velocity of then another sale, how fast I'm getting another sale, then checking the performance each day and whether it's improving or not. And yeah, I closely check every detail during those time. And for me, whenever it's my first launch, my goal is not to make profit at all. I never focus on that. For me, the main focus is just to see how good is the product and how is the demand actually. Because if your product reviews are good and you are early mover, then you can make money for years for sure with this just one product.
Same question, like how long do you think you spent up until, after those first few weeks of spending a lot of time checking the sales? Like, do you think it took you 50 hours from April to July or to August for that product? Was it 10 only, or approximately how long did you actually put actual work into that product?
I must say, like maybe yeah, up to 30 hours at least.
So about 30 hours of work for the one product, and 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 then now, like, let's say a product gets mature, now you are making profit, now it's kind of taking care of itself. Like, how much time in a month do you spend on that product, would you say? Because you're probably having to do your PPC and check reviews, customer service. Is it like 1 hour a month because you almost have nothing to do? Is it 5 hours a month for that one product? What would you say?
If the product is really doing good, then the first important thing is to make sure that I have stock for this product. So
Sure.
I negotiate
Yeah.
with the supplier and try to make sure that I have stock, and then I look at the competitors. If there is something innovating they are trying to do, and if I can implement the same as well, as soon as possible. Maybe one of my suppliers putting some new product as a free, or trying to value add, then I also make sure that I do some value addition as well, because just because of this stuff I don't want my product rank to go down.
So how long does it take? Like, what is your maintenance phase for a product for that? We're talking about that same product. Now, it's October. That product you launched in July. How much time are you spending on that product?
Now I felt that this product reviews are not really doing great, and I'm not motivated enough right now to do further. Even though even without advertisement right now I'm getting sales for those products. But if I'm trying, this is a low value product, so if I'm trying to invest a lot in the advertisement, it's not really giving me a lot of fruitful results. So right now I'm like, okay, once this product is sold, I will not start again.
How much time is it? Are you spending on it?
So every day I always wait for the Helium 10 email about my performance, and it gives me all the units I sold in each of the market, and that really give me a lot of idea. If something is going interesting, then I try to figure out why it's going like that. And for example, yesterday I definitely checked on that product and I was seeing like, okay, I'm getting sales, not doing anything.
Uh-huh.
And then I checked the reviews. Are there any improvement in the reviews, or is there a possibility of me? I take that as a possibility if I can, sell this product for a long time. But yeah, I see that I still have some stock left, and the other variation is did really go good. I didn't have that, but I'm still wait and watch right now. I'm not trying to buy something, more from my suppliers.
So you think maybe less than 1 hour a month you spend on it now?
Yeah, maybe 2 hours.
So now we're getting a little bit clearer picture of how you know scaled up and still can be by yourself. Is like, hey, maybe to find and vet the product and all the work to launch it only took you 30 or 40 hours, and now that it's in maintenance mode, maybe you're only spending 1 or 2 hours per product a month. But I remember you telling me, that you're leaving money on the table probably because you're not using like all of the tools, or you're not doing all of that the analytics since you're by yourself. But still, even with not doing everything that you could be doing, you're doing millions of dollars. And then what is your like profit margin would you say after your expenses for your business?
At least 15%, 15-20%.
So always want to make 15-20%. If it dips lower, then you go ahead and cancel that product.
If it goes less than
Go ahead.
8%, then definitely not worth it at all.
So what's the future hold for you? Are you just going to keep doing what you're doing like this and just do stuff by yourself? Launch a product once a month, and things like that, and then put it on maintenance mode, or are you going to what? It's time that I need to start delegating some of my tasks and maybe take some employees on. What are you going to do next year in 2024?
So ever since I was at a BDSS event, that has completely transformed how I see things and how better I can do. And from that time onwards, obviously I was traveling, so not focusing a lot during all those months. But right now, I'm just thinking like every day, once in a while, I have thought about the delegation and what all things I expect from someone. And I'm right now in phase of hiring people to I because
Okay.
I know one thing that I can do a lot better what I'm doing right now
Yeah.
if I have people. For example, I have a lot of products in Australia. They do really good for me, but I feel I'm so stupid that I'm not sending the inventory on time there. A lot of my products are
Hmm.
mostly on out of stock, and if some market is doing really good, then don't focus a lot on the market which don't perform a lot well. For example, my USA and UK and EU market do such so better, especially Germany, UK, and USA, that I don't put a lot of efforts in Canada, Australia, Japan, India,
Yeah.
India at all. So I feel it's really bad because I have all the resources, all the infrastructure. All I need to make sure is ordering the right quantity and making sure that I have stock for those products. That's it. So
Yeah.
I'm losing sales for
So
sure.
even just that's the first thing that you're probably going to want to hire for is like, hey, I need somebody just 100% managing making my supply chain,
Mhm.
making sure that I'm not running out of stock anywhere. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So what would you say is your? I mean, I'm assuming USA is your number one marketplace. What would you say is your number two, three, and four marketplaces out of all those that you're selling on?
UK,
UK. Okay.
UK, I feel can do a lot better as well. I really, I'm very happy with UK market, a lot better than US market because I feel the competition is less, the margin is a lot better than USA because US
But
market,
overall sales, it's number two. You're saying next to USA.
right, so far,
Okay.
yes. But I think in coming
Okay.
months, UK will do better than USA maybe for me.
Oh, really? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay, interesting. All right, so yeah, you got inspired by going to Billion-Dollar Seller Summit. You can see all the strategies that people are using, and these are strategies probably your competitors are using, and you're not. So yeah, it's like when you go to events like this, it can open your mind as far as seeing what is possible out there. Okay, so other than hiring, finally some help. What are some other goals for you for next year?
Focusing on external traffic because this is a huge thing, really, really huge thing because I see a lot of products on Amazon having 30, 40 reviews, and then there's a competitor having 20,000 reviews, and they are on the top five products. Why? Because they're getting external traffic. So external traffic is a really huge thing, and I think I should have some strategies to work on that thing. Maybe TikTok Reels, Instagram Reels, and I'm really like focusing a lot to get some people on board related to marketing because that's where I feel I'm really not good at all. So
Uh,
trying to work on that, and yeah, I think that can be a really big thing for sure.
all right. Well, I wish you all the best of success. I've seen you already at a couple events this past year, and hope to see you again at some other local events. And yes, please definitely start hiring people and get some help that you need, and then you'll be able to travel even more. You'll have some more time on your hand, and you can enjoy. What's your favorite place that you or craziest thing that you have done living as a digital nomad the last couple of years?
So I'm kind of adrenaline junkie right now. So I do skydiving, mostly a lot of
Woo.
sports, mostly a lot of sports related to air. So when I was in like just few weeks ago, I was in north of Washington, and I did some wing walking on a plane, like almost 80 years old plane. I was walking on that plane, and that was one of the craziest thing. And also, like
Like on
when
the
I'm,
wings and stuff?
yeah. So that was I really, I felt it good, like because
No, thank you. No, thank you.
for me, like selling on Amazon is just giving me freedom to do what I love the most. I just need financial freedom. That's it. Because that's it. Like it, and such a beautiful thing like selling on Amazon. You can work and travel at the same time. I because whenever I'm traveling, still not many people. I rarely meet someone who's selling on Amazon. To be honest, especially of my age group, and they're traveling because either they quit the job or they just got 2 weeks off from office. That's it.
And they have to go back to work, but not you.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a really like really nice life, as a digital nomad. But only bad thing is that when I'm traveling, I cannot focus a lot on my work. So I feel like from going forward, maybe next few months or years, I would like to live at one place a lot more, so that my work doesn't hinder. And obviously, if I want to approach 8 or 9 figure in coming years, then I cannot do by just 1 or 2 hours a day. I need to put more efforts
Sure.
and really need to be very serious at work, because big money comes with big responsibilities as well, I guess.
All right, so why don't you leave us with a 30-second tip or 60-second tip? It could be either like an Amazon strategy, or maybe it's a strategy for traveling, for how to live as a digital nomad, strategy for Amazon India. It could be about anything. So go ahead and give us your strategy.
So I feel like there would be always a stress when you are selling on Amazon, and you always need to have a patience, because Amazon will not fix your stuff in 5 minutes, even if your listing is gone, your account is gone, or whatever. So the most important thing you can focus is on your mental health, and you should prioritize that thing, because in life you may make a lot of money. You can on the other day, if your account is suspended, you're nothing. So, but one thing can always help you is your mental health. And I think exercising is one of the best thing, because that has changed completely me. I still remember how I was during the first lockdown, and how, yeah, the journey from last 3 was not at all smooth at all, but not at all, like, not very smooth at all. But going workout and not stressing, that helped me to not to stress. So I think, yeah, everyone should do this if you're especially selling on Amazon, because you don't have a lot of social life as well when you're selling on Amazon except
Yeah.
traveling.
All right. Well, that's good for everybody to follow. I wouldn't follow the having zero employees for a $6 million business, but everything else is kind of something that I think a lot of people can do. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll hope to see you in person sometime next year.